Good day. I'm Trisha O'Connor. Has anyone noticed these advertisements on city property? Well, let's review it. First, everyone, please subscribe, like, and share. You don't want to miss the content that we have coming out, a whole lot more. If anyone is in need of housing assistance nationwide, you can contact www.hud.gov, or if you're in New York City, www.nyc.gov/HPD or 311. And be sure to seek a trusted attorney for all legal matters. Look at this sign. We buy houses all cash, any condition. Let me know if you've ever seen these signs in your community. These signs, let's break down what they mean. We buy houses. They're looking to buy houses. That's why they're advertising in these communities. I also want to point out that that is a city pole. That is city property that they're posted on. We buy houses. They're looking to buy real estate and they're buying it all cash and they don't care about the condition. Now, the reason why they say any condition is because if a house is in need of a lot of repair, unless they get a construction loan, it it is you can't get a loan um, in many cases because the property needs repair. So purchasing it cash, they see as a way of purchasing it, which means they're going to want it much cheaper. Now they get people excited when they see all cash because cash means right here, right now. And I can tell you, anyone who sees these signs, do not um, think you can get all cash. Do not accept all cash. A lot of things come with that all cash thing. First of all, uh, the IRS wants to know where money is coming from, where money is going. You're talking about real estate. Real estate in the county has to be recorded. um, the banks, the financial institutions where it's coming, where everything has to be a record. So someone cannot just come to someone's house with a suitcase of money and exchange the money for the house. I've heard of situations, and heard of situations where the money underneath was fake, and the person signed the deed. And when you sign a deed, it's really hard to, you know, you got to go through um uh the courts, and it could be very difficult. So these signs are no good for the community. You find them in communities of color, communities of middle income people who are occupying their homes, um everyday working people. You may have some who unfortunately have fallen on hard times and are losing their homes, and that is public records. And these investors who put these signs up, they know that. They know that these communities are hurting and are in jeopardy of losing their homes. So they put this advertisement on prime advertising property in order to, someone walking home or park their car, or, come outside and get that notice from the bank or the court, and they see the sign and they can call. So we know that these signs are no good for our community because the help, the people in the community need to get help and not be targeted for things that can often lead to scams. They can lead to loss of property, fraud. It could be, you know, a lot of people get tricked and lose their homes. A lot of homes get stolen through these ways. So we already know that these are no good. Also, being in real estate, I can tell you that, although they're not under these rules, if they're not licensed, this is a blind ad. So it doesn't say, even though I blacked out I blanked out the name because I'm not advertising for them. It doesn't give you a person's name, it doesn't give you a company, it doesn't give you the name of the company, it doesn't tell you, their position, right? If they are representing, if they're like, it doesn't tell you anything. I know it's direct investors, it's an easy way for them to get advertisement. Here we have a couple. We have We Buy Houses, we have Stop Foreclosure. So this second one on the bottom, and you can see that it's different entities who are putting these out, individuals, and they're playing on their words of how they're going to say it in order to get the people excited. Now, you see houses in the back, they put them right in front of the houses. I would not be happy if I came outside and saw these signs in front of my house, because I would wonder, when did they get to put it there? Um, and the Department of Transportation, who owns the poles, did they give them advertisement to put it there? Why would these people um, want to show that level of disrespect? And that's how I would feel, to just put these signs in front of the house. They wouldn't get to, you know, the cameras would catch them right away. Oh no, you're not. But I think the people of the community need to say something and say, listen, these signs, what's the deal with them, right? But we broke it down. Let's take a look at it. So if you see a sign like this outside of your house, according to 311, you can do an advertising sign complaint. You can go to their website and you can put in the complaint, and it says billboards, posters, flexible fabric. You can go and you click the link, and all these will be in the description below. And here you can put in the advertising sign complaint, the what, the where, the who, the review of the advertising. Um, you give a little detail of it, and you submit it. Okay, so at least we see that we can we can make a complaint if we see there. Personally, I take them down when I see them. I know they don't belong there. I don't want them preying on the community, so I will take them down. However, you know, you also should make a complaint so it's recorded, right? But what are the rules? What are the rules on these, because they're everywhere? So here's a couple more. Some of them, they put them in bright yellow so you could see them. Sometimes they're on two poles, so they're competing right there. This is crazy. And to those of you who are small business owners, you may say to yourself, well, I'm a barber. I would, love to advertise. That's prime property right there on that street. Everyone looks there. I would love to advertise. Or, if you are a small chef who does catering, you'd say, oh, and you can't, because I checked Department of Transportation, and there is there is no way to get an advertisement contract to put on their polls. There just isn't. So let me bring that up here. So according to the Department of Transportation, um, there is no permit license that is given that allows you to touch their um their polls. There just isn't. Although that these polls belong to the Department of Transportation. Some go and just they don't get them printed. They write their names. They write the what they want. We buy houses or cash. They put their phone numbers right in there. Some more in front of the house. This one says, we're gonna catch the traffic going both ways. And keep in mind, these are placing communities where the foreclosure rate is higher. The pre-foreclosure rate is higher. The loss of ownership is higher in these communities of color. And these signs are put up there so that people will call them. When in fact the people are supposed to be getting help. There is the help that is there's funding put aside to help the homeowners. It should always be more to help the residents, tenants, everyone, and those should be there. So it's kind of confusing when these are put into communities, especially with those cash words, and the community should be getting help instead. Now this one blew us away because this one is on a tree, and if this is not disrespect, you know the tree is something that's living, and that's in someone's community, and here the sign is attached to this tree, and this is the reason why there needs to be, you know some type of enforcement. And what we found let me pull it up here. For you to come into a community and just take your sign to advertise, which is not in with good intentions, and just fasten it to the tree, um, on someone's block. I think that is not good, and that's why the community needs to say something. People in communities should not allow stuff like this to just sit around because it's bigger than the cash for the house. It's the respect. And here we went to the Department of Sanitation, and on their page they talk about the the law of posting on city property. And in fact, there is a fine, and it says you are not, unless you have some type of license, you are not allowed to post on city property. Posting is illegal for any person to paste, post, paint, print, nail, or attach or affix by any means whatsoever. Fine, $75, $150. Posting on trees. You're not allowed to post on trees, and clearly we see um, posting on trees. More city poles. These signs are everywhere. These signs are everywhere. This one is down, uh, a little closer up, and these are a different type of signs. These are the cash for car signs, and in fact, these signs are more than the other signs. These signs have more. You do see the we buy houses or cash, as I mentioned, in certain neighborhoods, you see it. The houses, the communities that are have a high rate of pre foreclosures, and communities of color, you'll see a lot more of these we buy houses or cash. Want to also show you how they are attaching them to the pole. If you notice through the pole, you see two nails. I'm going to do a close up for you. This is what they're using to attach it to the Department of Transportation poles. Pretty solid. Pretty, it's in there, right? They're really and they're putting them in prime property because this is right under the one way sign. So whoever's has to look at this sign is going to see this. This is you could imagine if the Department of Transportation was to charge how much they would charge for something like this because this is prime property. Although although the city does have a program, a partnership program with with um, Link NYC, where they put up these advertisement. Um, they have up these advertisement polls that people can advertise on throughout the city. So these are able to be advertised on. However, um, there is nothing that says these polls can be advertised on as the way they are being done. Um, some might say, well, why are you bothering? These are their business, their work. No, they come to prey on the communities, and they don't have good intention, right? So we need to make sure that we are 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 cleansing our community from things of this that hurt the community when the community should be getting services instead of this. Sell your house fast for cash. You see the sign is old. This one thrown in the garbage as it should be. But then you see it the cash for cars in the back. Here's another one. There's all different types, and they're all over, and they're pretty high. Here you see traffic control, New York City. They put the sign up. Now these signs they come in different formats, and they're really all over. They're not like the We Buy Houses signs. These are all over, and they're pretty high up. They're on highways. You wonder how they get there. They're on highways. They are on new a speed camera. A speed camera could come out today. By next week, these signs, some way, somehow, they are up, right? They're all over, and we need to uh, make sure Department of Transportation, sanitation. You got to move these signs. You gotta do some type of enforcement on these signs because they're just coming in and they're just taking over in a community, and it could be these are beautiful communities, and you're just seeing they're not just these the cash for cars are everywhere, right? And you'll see the streets, and you'll just see them all over, and we have to and shout out to everyone who send me these to do this review and show, how high some of them are, and you wonder, like, did they bring a ladder right under the sign that they have to read? And then you start noticing other signs as well. You start seeing old ones, how high they are. Many of them are on, every single direction that someone could be looking as they cross the street. These signs are are posted there. This is an old one that was there. They're pretty high up. I've never seen them, uh, be hung up, but, They're pretty high up. Did they use a ladder? You see the type of nails that they have? This is like on the highway, you know, they're there. Depending on the sign, as I mentioned, they're in communities, and you see the different wording has changed. So we are calling on Department of Sanitation, since that's on their website, that it that posting these things as a conclusion uh, is not supposed to happen. We are going to call on Department of Sanitation to remove these signs and to fine them as well, so that way, these signs are not coming to our community, and doing harm. And someone may say, well, they're not, they're just there. No, they're doing harm to our communities. They, first of all, the ones that say, we buy houses all cash, those uh, have no good intention at all. Those have no good intention. But here, sanitation clearly states that posting these, the law is that they cannot post it. So we're asking sanitation to step up. Someone is going to have to go to work. Someone is going to have to get up and get off their desk and drive around and take down these numbers and make these phone calls and give these fines to whoever these people are. Set up some testers, just pay, look at the cameras and see when they came, or but they're causing more harm, especially the ones that are saying we buy houses all cash. uh, as someone in real estate, I can tell you, many times they mean no good, and they can hurt a family. It could hurt a whole block. It could hurt a whole community by this one sign, by things um, that happens after someone may call that number. So, blessings to everyone. Until next time, peace.